Oh, I didn't even put any makeup on. I didn't even realize that. Jeez. Oh well. I was just like, let's get out of the house, and here we go. Well, I'm just realizing I didn't do any makeup. But today is, I was going to say Sunday, it's Saturday. And Aiden and I are going to visit my grandma because we haven't seen her in a couple weeks. We didn't go last weekend, so. Daddy parked me like so weird in the. My car was had it parked on the road, like on the sidewalk yesterday, because when we got home from school, his aunt was here to pick Steven's grandma up to pick her up to take her to her pulmonary doctor appointment. So obviously I couldn't park behind her because she was parked in the driveway, so I parked on the street. And then when Steven got home from work, he's like, you want me to move the car back into the driveway? Because we can't, it's from December 6th to, I believe it's the end of February every year, there's a parking ban where you can't park on the street from 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. or something like that, just in case it snows so that the plows can come by and everything. But we never park on the street anyway because our driveway is big enough for 4 or 5 cars, but I couldn't park behind her, and then I totally forgot that I parked in the street. So he parked me all crooked. That was my point of that little story. But we're going to visit my grandma. There's really not much else we have to do today. We were going to move Aiden's room around a little bit to kind of make more room in there. Because I got him that bookshelf, and now I don't like it being right next to his bed because it just looks so cluttered in there now. I don't know. We're very limited with space in that room. So I've moved it around a bunch of times since we've lived in this house, and it's just never the way I want it. But Aiden's been wanting a dollhouse. I don't know what his obsession is with dollhouses, but we went into the toy store in the mall a while ago, and I had to pull him away from the dollhouse that they had set up. So when I went with my friend the other day, I asked them what dollhouse that was, what brand and everything. They didn't have it in the store because they were all out of that kind, but I found it online when I went home for probably cheaper than what they had it for. So I might eventually get him that, and if we get that, then he definitely needs a little bit of extra space in his room, because then it'll totally be cluttered. So last night the guy from the behavioral therapy place, I always forget what it's called, but he called me to get all Aiden's insurance information and everything, because I thought that he was the therapist that was coming, but I guess this guy is just the guy that owns the place. So he needed all the insurance information so that he can submit it, and then Aiden has to have an assessment done with them, and then after that they'll pair us with a therapist that will schedule to come to the house and see us. I'm like, ugh. I'm so over people coming to the house, but if they're gonna help us with getting him to eat more stuff, then it's worth it. But yeah, I'm about to get on the highway, so I'm gonna shut off the camera, I'm gonna turn on some music, and I will talk to you guys later on. So today is Monday. I had recorded a clip from this morning because I wasn't sure if I was going to upload last week's vlog or not, but I decided just to upload it. So I kind of ditched the other clip that I recorded. But, oh my God, Steven's grandma's been doing nothing but aggravating me today. I was gonna try and not complain about her too much this week, but I'm trying to let the car warm up because it's 42 degrees now. It was 37 this morning, and it felt warmer this morning than it does now. Like, I only had a hoodie on when I left the house this morning. But yeah, let's see, how did we start off this morning? When I came home, I feel like all I'm doing is like following her path of destruction and cleaning up after her. That's the best way I can describe it, because Stephen gave her breakfast before we left this morning, so I didn't have to do that. When I came home, she was making, like, I don't know if she made toast or what, but I went out in the kitchen and she had crumbs everywhere. She had coffee spilled all over the counter, so I cleaned that up. I cleaned the dishes that were in the sink. So then I went and I did some work. I packed up some orders and stuff, and then I heard her out there screwing around again. I'm like, here we go again. So I waited until she went back in the living room. And no, that's what it was. She went into her bedroom, left everything on in the living room, the TV blasting, the lights on and everything. So I shut everything off because I figured she was done out there. So like an hour and a half later, she came back out to the kitchen. She made something else and made a mess. So I cleaned that up and cleaned the dishes that were in the sink. She went back out to the living room. So then by this time it was like 11:45. And I made myself lunch, and I asked her if she wanted a sandwich or anything. And I didn't think she was going to want anything because she had just eaten something. So she said no, so I didn't make her anything. So I went and ate my lunch. And then maybe 10 minutes after I was done eating my lunch, I heard her go back into the kitchen. She made a sandwich for herself, even though she had told me she didn't want a sandwich when I asked her like 15 minutes earlier. She left the bread all open, didn't close the bread up, left relish on the counter. I don't even know what the hell sandwich she made with relish. Ugh, it's just like... This is why we don't want her cooking for herself, because, like, if she uses the stove or something, she ends up leaving the stove on. It's a nightmare. Like, you have to be home and make sure that you do the cooking for her so that these things don't happen and there's not messes everywhere. There's usually sugar all over the counter, there's coffee all over the counter. I'm like getting burnt out on cleaning stuff and buying cleaning supplies and everything because I have to clean way more than any normal person should have to clean a kitchen. And we vacuum like every single day, which is so annoying because she gets crumbs everywhere. Like she won't admit that she can't see anymore, so she just spills stuff and leaves it because she doesn't think she spilled anything. It's just, oh my goodness. But I'm about to leave to go get Aiden from school. She's back in bed now, so I assume she's gonna be in bed for the rest of the day, because usually when she goes in her room at like 1 o'clock, that's it for the rest of the day. So I have not pressed this yet, but this is a sneak peek at an eyeshadow that I've made for the spring palette. It is so freaking pretty. It's like a black base and it shifts green and blue, and it's got like pink in there too in different lighting. Obviously my camera doesn't want to focus on it right now. It's got so many different colors in there. I'm hoping that it turns out nicely because I really want this in the palette. And today is Tuesday, and I called Aiden out of school because it's snowing really bad, and they did not predict this much snow, so they didn't cancel school this morning. But the superintendent, like, sent us an email saying if we didn't want to send our kids to school, it wouldn't count as, like, an unexcused absence. So let me show you how much snow there is. It's still coming down. We have like 6 inches so far, and they just came down the street with the snowplow, so like, oh, and my neighbor just came home. I guess she came home from work early, but look at it's craziness. We were not supposed to get anything more than a dusting, and we woke up to this, so yeah, I was like, nope, not going to school today. So it is nice and sunny today. That snow I was showing you guys yesterday did not stop until like 2 p.m. So for a forecast that said we were only going to get a light dusting, if that, we woke up to like 5 inches, and then it accumulated another inch or so afterwards. So I am glad that I didn't take him to school yesterday, because it would have been horrible going to pick him up. It was just stopping then, and like the plows were just showing up around our street. They do like the main roads and stuff first, obviously. I think they do that anywhere where it snows, but it's almost all back roads to get to and from his school. So the last time it snowed, it wasn't as much as this, and they canceled school. But I guess because they have to make that call by like 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning, we didn't have that much snow by then. So they just said, okay, school's gonna start like normal. And then we had this issue. So I was getting so aggravated yesterday because I was trying to keep up with the snow after Steven left for work. So I was out there shoveling, and then the plow kept coming by and making a huge pile at the end of the driveway where I had just shoveled. And I had to keep shoveling out the mailbox because our mailman is such a pain in the you-know-what. He will not deliver or pick up my mail if there's snow in front of the mailbox, which I know you're supposed to have it cleared out and everything, but I mean, I think we do a good enough job. And a couple years ago, when we had like the snow that was so bad, we had like 12-foot piles in our yard, he was out there bitching at me like, you have to have 5 feet on either side of the mailbox. And this was while I was out there shoveling and stuff. I'm like, I know that, I'm working on it, can't you see me doing it? I know I've complained about my mailman before. I really can't stand him. And we had a different guy that was coming that was so good and efficient, and like if I had a package or something, even if it fit in the mailbox, he would bring it to the door, and I'm like, oh, you don't have to do that. I wish that guy would be permanent, because every once in a while we get him and he's so much better. But anyway, we're going to school now. I wanted to thank you guys for all your awesome comments on the last vlog, because honestly, I almost didn't upload that one because I didn't want to be complaining about one rude comment ruining my day. Like, it didn't ruin my day, I just get aggravated with things like that. But I also have to look at it as like, I just tend to think that like you guys that watch me are the ones that watch me, and that's it. But I never take into consideration that like someone might randomly stumble across one of my random vlogs and be like, what is this girl doing? All she's doing is bitching about taking care of her husband's grandmother. But like in that case, why would you judge someone and not go back and either click out if you don't like what you're seeing, or watch some more of the vlogs to get a better idea of what I'm going through? I don't know. So I have to go grocery shopping after I drop Aiden at school. Apparently I didn't do a good enough job the other day because we're out of a bunch of stuff. I was gonna go to the mall. I wanted to go to the mall yesterday, but when I woke up, I knew that wasn't gonna happen with all the snow and stuff, because I had seen Glam and Gore's video about that Nickelodeon eyeshadow palette at Hot Topic. Normally, I don't like eyeshadow palettes from there because they're always very chalky and just blah quality. But I cannot pass up anything Nickelodeon. And I tried to order it right after I saw her video Monday night, and it said it was out of stock. So I was like, damn it, I'm not gonna be able to get it, because usually when stuff goes out of stock on their site, they don't get it back, especially if it's like something random like that. So I checked the website again randomly yesterday, and it was in stock. So I also had like my $5 coupon, like the I guess they call it the birthday coupon. I don't know, it's not my birthday. I think it might be like the the anniversary of me joining the whatever their rewards program is, but I only paid $13 for it, so with shipping and everything, because I think it was originally $16. So really all that $5 coupon does is get you free shipping. Shipping is like $5.99. So paying 99 cents for shipping isn't that bad. Steven had to go to work early again this morning. I don't really mind it that much because does anybody like looking at their clock if they wake up and then seeing that you have like another hour and a half to sleep? Because that just, I don't know what it is, but I just love that, because he said goodbye to me at 5:30 and I was like, sweet, I don't have to be up for another hour and a half. But once again, I don't want to have to go shopping, but I've got to, because we're out of yogurt again. We've been eating a lot of yogurt lately. I'm trying to not snack as much at night, so like fruit and yogurt is not as bad as eating like a full-on, like a burrito or something before I go to bed, because that's just not good. And I haven't been drinking soda. I was like, it's really hard because I'm a soda fanatic. That's like all I ever want to drink. So to cut it out as much as I have, I've been limiting myself to like one a day, if that, where before I was drinking soda with everything. So that has helped a lot, but I'm not happy about it because I miss it. I'm a Pepsi freak. You guys, I come to Walmart because it's the closest place to get groceries that has like everything that I need. But I get so aggravated with the people that work here. And I know I've said it before because I worked retail for almost 12 years, so I know that it's a sucky job. It's like one of the worst ones you can have, and dealing with the public sucks, and I get that, I understand that. But you also have to kind of just put on a happy face and deal with it, because it's your job and you're getting paid to do so. So whenever I come here, I know I've said this before too, there's always only 1 or 2 registers open, even though they have like 30 lanes for cash registers, because they have some at one entrance and they have a whole bunch at the main entrance. There's only ever a couple of cashiers. Unless it's really busy, then they'll go crazy and throw 4 people on the registers. So the last time I came, I had a choice between the lady that's always bitchy, like no matter what day you go in there, what time of day, she's always on register number 7, and she's always a mega bitch. Like, I had a couple of coupons one time. I'm not even like a crazy couponer. I think I had 2 or 3 coupons, and she gave me so much shit. I was like, you know what, forget it, don't use the coupons. So since then, I make it a point to not go through her line. So the last time I went through the other guy's line, this guy's always there too. He never wants to lift anything, no matter what it is. Like, if I have a heavy thing of water or something, I'll leave it in the cart and like wheel it down so they can reach over the thing and scan it that way. But I mean, like a 3-pack of Capri Sun, he won't lift that. He reaches over and scans it on the conveyor and is like, that's all set, you can take it. I'm like, I'm still unloading my cart. And there's, I can't remember what the other things were, but it's all like not super heavy stuff, but he won't lift it. So I feel like trying to contact the store and be like, listen, that guy that's always on register 20, he never wants to lift anything for me, or anybody else for that matter. Like, what's a little old lady supposed to do if she goes through his line and she has a thing of water she can't lift? I just want to be like, if there's something physically wrong with him that he can't lift, then I get it. But maybe don't make him a cashier where he's going to have to lift stuff for people. Put him in like a clothing department where he can fold clothes all day or something. I don't understand. So today, the only person on the register was the bitchy lady. So she's like yakking it up with the person in front of me because apparently she knows her. And then it's my turn and I say hi, doesn't say anything. Like, oh great, here we go. Because I had a bunch of stuff. I've got like grocery shopping for a week and a half done. And I gotta stand in her line. So I put the little divider thing down after I put all my groceries up on the conveyor belt. and I had like a dozen pack of donuts because Steven's grandma's obsessed with donuts. So if I don't get her donuts, she'll be upset. But she's like, "These yours?" I'm like, "Yes." I don't get being that rude to people, especially when you work with the public. Like, what is the point? What are you getting? Are you getting jollies out of being such a bitch? I don't know if she's like, if she remembers me, because I did complain about her that last time with the coupons because it was ridiculous. So maybe she's just a bitch to me every time she sees me. But that was like a year ago, and I have not been through her line since. I don't know. I just let people get to me too much. I need to knock it off. I am nowhere near as bad as I used to be. Like, when I did work at Rite Aid, if I had a bad customer that day, I would dwell on it for like the rest of the day into the next day. Like, what was wrong with that person? Why were they so mean to me? I'm just like that. I do that all the time. I wish I wasn't. I wish I could just not give a fuck about what anybody thinks of anything, and I'd be a much calmer person, I think. But I felt like ranting about my little Walmart experience. It's so cold out now. My nose is running for no reason. I went and got a whole bunch of like the candy melt things to make chocolates and some sprinkles and stuff. So closer to Valentine's Day, I'm gonna have Aiden help me make a whole bunch, and then we'll give those to his teachers. I figured those would be cute. So that's what we're gonna do for them. And I found Steven a hoodie, which he's been complaining that he needs new hoodies, and he's always so particular about them because he doesn't want the elastic around the waist to be too tight, because then he says it like clings to him, and when he raises his arms up, his shirt goes up, and he doesn't like that. He is such a girl when it comes to clothing. He's gonna get mad if he sees that I said that, but it's so true, and he'll admit that it's true. Like, I can't buy him clothes other than like t-shirts, because anything else, pants, forget it. He has to like physically go somewhere and try on pants because it's just too much. Today is Thursday. I filmed nothing yesterday because nothing really was going on. I figured it would just be boring, but it's probably a good thing because I feel like I talked and jabbered on a lot the day before. So it's snowing again, pretty good right now, and it's like heavy, wet, slippery snow, so I kind of don't want to drive in this, but I don't want to, they didn't cancel school again, so I don't want him to miss another day. It said 1 to 2 inches, so we'll see, because last time we were only supposed to get a dusting, and we woke up to 5 inches that ended in 6 inches by the time it was done. So I'm glad I don't need gas, so I think I usually only have to fill up once a week, and I still have like just below half a tank from not taking him to school the other day. So it's kind of early. I don't want to really leave this early, but I'm gonna have to drive slow because the side streets are all gonna be slippery. Like, I almost fell on my butt just walking from the door to the car because it's all slippery. It was just slushy, like, I don't know how to describe it, like almost completely rain, but still thick enough to be snow. So it was really slippery, and now it's like starting to stick and stay as snow. So who knows how much we're gonna end up getting here, but I hope it stops before I have to go get you, Aid, because if it doesn't, the roads are gonna be a mess. And I forgot to wheel the trash barrel back over here. But today is Friday, so I'm gonna try and wrap up the vlog. There's not really much going on as usual. I have to go to the grocery store again. I don't know if I feel like even going today, especially now that it's snowing and gross, but I've got to get I know I shouldn't complain about his grandma eating because we have a hard time getting her to eat, but she for some reason always picks the one thing to eat that I didn't buy that week because I didn't think we needed it. So like eggs. I bought no eggs when I went shopping because I had a dozen eggs in the refrigerator already. She never eats eggs. Every time I try to make them for her, she's like, I hate eggs. I don't want eggs. And now every day she's been cooking eggs. So I have like 2 eggs left and have to get eggs. How many times can I say eggs? But it's just like, I don't know. I feel like she does it on purpose to drive me insane. And I know that's not true, but just, oh my God. And then like she was doing it with, I buy Aiden like the Nutri-Grain bars as a snack for his lunches. And she was eating like 4 of those a day, so I had none left. She was constantly eating all the Nutri-Grain bars, so I had to like buy a box and hide it specifically for his lunches. Oh my goodness gracious. She drives me crazy, like just insane. But yeah. So I guess I better go and get eggs, otherwise she's not gonna have anything to eat because she's been on an egg kick. It's 31 degrees out, so it's not freezing today, but I don't want to drive in this aid. Alright, I'm gonna shut this off because I want to pay full attention because there's lots of people that don't know how to drive in snow. But I will see you guys next week.